Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, I'm KingNido and today we're coming here from Burbank City where the Poison type Plasma are hosting the Eterna Devons, and this Elite Four side underestimated the Devons last season and they were able to take them to the limit, and they do not want to repeat that again here today, but the Devons have shown that they are a much better side than last season. So can they get their first victory? Let us know in the comments below who you think will win. Will it be the Poison types? Will it be the Grass types? Let's go! And that is right, although the Eterna Devons are yet to get a victory this season, they have been showing a lot of fight as they start out with Chestnut and their Terrestrial Drafty Electrode, but it is going to be the Mayhem Mucks, both Cantonian and Alolan variants starting out for the Burbank Plasma. But that is right, it is the Cantonian Electrode also that is on the Eterna Devons. As I said, it is the Terrestrial Drafty. This is not a Hisuian variant, do not be confused. It has just shed that electric typing. It is now a Soul Grass type, and it does have the speed advantage, being the quickest Pokemon in the PokeType league, going with the Smart Strike, knowing it's not going to miss, connecting with the Alolan Muck, and Chestnut follows it up with the dual Wing Beat. They are going for the Poison Dark type on the field, connecting with both those dual Wing Beats. Alolan Muck has already taken quite a bit of damage, but it is going to respond with the Dragon Darts, going for both Grass types in response. First for Electrode, second for Chestnut, and the Cantonian Muck follows it up with the Rising Voltage. This isn't going to be very effective here on Electro, doing very little damage as Electro does look to respond with the Cosmic Power. This is going to boost that physical defense as well as that special defense. Now remember, it is much more of a speedy Pokemon as the Gyro Ball follow-up from Chestnut goes for the Cantonian Muck. The Alolan Muck though with the Matcha Gotcha, this is not going to be very effective on the Grass types. It does take a little bit of their health, allowing Alolan Muck to restore a little bit of its own health in the process. The Eterna Devons looking to avoid being left with that burn status condition as well, and they are successful in that, but the Cantonian Muck with the Glare is going to leave Electrode paralyzed. This is going to slow it down. I wonder if it will be slower than any Pokemon on the field. It isn't. It's still the quickest on the field. Going for the Hex, going back for Alolan Muck. Very little damage, not very effective being done there, and Chestnut follows it up with the Fire Blast onto the Cantonian Muck, who's able to tank that move, and it is going to respond with the Power Split onto Chestnut here. It is going to share its power there, averaging out those offenses as the Alolan Muck with the Worry Seed onto Electrode. This could actually be a really clever play. This is going to give it that Insomnia ability, getting rid of that Static ability, which will prevent the Poison types from potentially also being paralyzed, as the Doom Desire is being set up by Electrode, choosing Doom as its destiny, and Chestnut with the Quiver Dance here. It is yet again, we get that special attack boost here, as well as the special defense boost for the Fighting Grass type, but it's also boosted its speed, and the Eterna Devons already have full speed control. But the Swords Dance in response from the Cantonian Muck going to boost that physical attack a great deal, already base 105. The Alolan Muck following up with the Darkest Lariat here onto Electrode, and it gets the first elimination of this matchup. The Burbank Plasma are not underestimating the Eterna Devons this time round. And there is that sunlight coming back out over the field, and it is going to be Rillaboom coming out for the Eterna Devons as the Guillotine. It is an Oko. The Cantonian Muck has been eliminated by Chestnut in a perfect response. The Eterna Devons are holding their own here, even with that type disadvantage against the Burbank Plasma. And there is that Power of Alchemy ability from the Alolan Muck, taking that Poison Touch from its Cantonian variant. Rillaboom though with the Hurricane onto Muck, and gets a good hit there, and it is going to be left confused. It will need to shake off this confusion. Surely it wants to go for a physical move and try and leave one of these Eterna Devons Pokemon with that poisoning, and it is successful in shaking off the confusion. It goes with the Sand Tomb onto Chestnut. Not very effective at all, but it has become trapped in that quicksand, so it is going to be taking passive damage from that, actually taking more from the initial Sand Tomb, as now out comes Gengar for the Burbank Plasma. But Chestnut still with the speed advantage after boosting its speed earlier, goes for the Swallow, but unfortunately it fails. It hasn't gone for a stockpile. This allows Gengar to go for a Sucker Punch, but this is also going to fail. There are no suckers on this field, as Rillaboom is going to go for a Rock Tomb. Gets a great connection there onto Gengar, and also lowers its speed in the process, and Muck is still in a confused state. It needs to shake this off. It does not want to do damage to itself, but unfortunately that is exactly what happens, and it puts itself in knockout range of the Eterna Devons. Also with that Doom Desire that was set up earlier, it comes down and takes the Alolan Muck out of this matchup that was set up by Electrode before it was eliminated, and now out comes Brute Bonnet for the Burbank Plasma, who did fantastically as a member of the Eterna Devons last season, but this season it is the Terrestrial Drafty for the Verbank Plasma, so it is taking on that poison typing, shedding both that grass and dark typing that it regularly has. Chestnut, however, still with the speed advantage, goes immediately for the Dragon Rush, coming down hard onto Brute Bonnet, who's actually able to take that hit really well. Rillaboom follows it up though with the burn up, but unfortunately that does fail because it is not a part fire type. This allows Gengar to go for the acupressure, looking to help out Brute Bonnet here. It is going to boost its physical attack stat a great deal, which is already base 127, but it is flinched, and this allows the rest from Chestnut. It is going to put itself to sleep and restore itself back to full strength. It actually hasn't taken a great deal of damage though in this matchup, so that is a very questionable play, as it has been in since the very start. We get the Amnesia from Rillaboom, boosting that special defense a great deal, and Gengar is going to go for the Confide, whispering haunting thoughts to the sleeping Chestnut, lowering its special attack, and Brute Bonnet is going to follow it up with the Noble Roar onto Rillaboom, lowering its physical attack. Rillaboom has a base 125 attack of its own, as well as lowering its special attack, but there is Chestnut still asleep on the field, so unable to do anything. Rillaboom needs to do its part, going for the Body Slam, but it goes for Gengar, so it just goes straight through the Ghost type, who does respond with the Draco Meteor on to Chestnut. Already having lost the health that it restored, that special attack does get lowered of Gengar, and the Scratch follow-up, a very powerful Scratch there from Brute Bonnet with that boosted attack, as Chestnut slept through both of those moves, sleeping through a Draco Meteor. The Venoshock though, not very effective onto Brute Bonnet from Rillaboom. This allows Gengar to go for the Judgment. Can this sleeping Chestnut pass Judgment? It has been put into knockout range, but the Earth Power follow-up onto Rillaboom here from Brute Bonnet. It's not very effective. Rillaboom taking its first damage of the matchup, a critical hit as well, but Chestnut has finally awoken. It needs to go for something big. It goes for the Fairy Wind onto Brute Bonnet, not very effective. Brute Bonnet tanks that move, taking very little damage, and Rillaboom follows it up with the Petal Dance. It will get the stab boost, but it's still not very effective on Brute Bonnet, taking all these hits. This allows Gengar to go for a Grass Knot. This isn't going to be very effective whatsoever on the Chestnut, tanking that move. Brute Bonnet could finish it off though, going with the Will-O-Wisp, going for Rillaboom instead. This is going to leave it with that burn status condition, so that is going to chip away at its health, but as previously mentioned, that 125 base attack is going to be cut into as well thanks to this burn. Now Chestnut with the Wood Hammer, and it eliminates Gengar with that not very effective move, effective enough to get the job done, but in the process Chestnut will get the recoil damage that will take itself out of this matchup. Remember, it had been in this match since the very beginning as well. The Eternal Devons are still in front though, as that Petal Dance continues from Rillaboom, still not very effective on Brute Bonnet. That has not changed, but now Rillaboom is left in a confused state due to the fatigue. Brute Bonnet could capitalize, it could level the field here, but instead it sets up a substitute, cutting into its own health. It does put it in knockout range, but that substitute will need to be taken out of this matchup before Brute Bonnet takes any damage, as that burn is doing more damage to Rillaboom. Out comes Venusaur for the Verbank Plasma. It is going to be Hydrapple coming out for the Eternal Devons with that super sweet syrup as well. You can see it wafting from the field, but it won't affect Brute Bonnet, sorry, but it does lower that evasiveness of Venusaur, as Rillaboom needs to shake off this confusion, but unfortunately it does do damage to itself. Luckily for it, it has a lowered attack stat at the moment, but Venusaur follows it up with the Triple Dive. This is not going to be very effective whatsoever onto Hydrapple, doing very little damage. Hydrapple is practically just taking these and shaking that water straight off from that not very effective move, even after being connected with 3 times, and the Hydro Cannon follow-up from Brute Bonnet, not very effective there, onto Rillaboom, and it will have to recharge in the next turn, but it still has that substitute in play, as Hydrapple is going to go for the Rock Smash, not very effective there, onto Venusaur. This part Grass type should know how to handle the Eternal Devons. It does have its physical defense stat lowered in the process, as Rillaboom continues to feel the effects of that burn, but is snapped out of its confusion. This allows it to go for the Torch Song. This will be super effective, but Venusaur still tanks that move. There is a special attack boost for Rillaboom in the process. Venusaur though begins to cause an uproar, going for Hydrapple with that first uproar in the match, and there is Brute Bonnet having to recharge. This allows Hydrapple to try and capitalize, going with the Leaf Blade. That is not very effective on the substitute, which does take the damage, and it stays on the field as well, which could be crucial, as Rillaboom continuing to feel the effects of the burn, and that uproar is still being made by Venusaur. But first, Rillaboom with the Throat Chop. This is actually going to cancel out that uproar as well, preventing it from continuing for Venusaur. That can be a very clever play as the fake tears here from Brute Bonnet. when you think about it, all these Pokemon are actually grass type as well. The fake tears onto Hydrapple, greatly lowering its special defense, but Hydrapple is going to respond with the hard press, trying to get rid of this substitute here that has been in for a number of turns. It is trying to hold on and is still there as Rillaboom still feeling the effects of this burn. Venusaur has calmed down as the Mega Drain now from Rillaboom. Still they are going for this substitute, which is still hanging in, but it has finally faded from the field, which means they can try and take Brute Bonnet out of this match, and Rillaboom is able to restore a little bit of health in the process as Venusaur now goes for the Heat Crash, and it goes for Hydrapple, and thanks to its part Dragon typing, it isn't super effective as the Powder Snow, though this will be super effective on both grass types. Quad damage bent onto Hydrapple, and it gets the elimination. The Virbank Plasma has just leveled the field. A fantastic play there by Brute Bonnet, and Rillaboom is in knockout range, as well as now out comes Meganium for the Eterna Devons, who's been having a great season so far. But first, the Dragon Dust from Rillaboom. It is tanked by Brute Bonnet. Wow, but Venusaur taking some damage as well. Meganium, though, follows it up with the Volt Switch to finish off Brute Bonnet. The Eterna Devons are back in front. Meganium is actually going to go back to the bench as well, but Brute Bonnet is taken out of this matchup. There is only 2 Pokemon remaining for the Virbank Plasma. The Devons could actually get their first win of the season here, and it'll be over the Poison types as outcome superior for the Eterna Devons as their last Pokemon. Wonder Room from Venusaur here on the field, making it so everyone's defense and special defense stats do get swapped. Rillaboom is still hanging on from this burn. I cannot believe it is still in this matchup, as out comes Toxtricity, the last Pokemon for the Virbank Plasma. But first, it is going to be met by the Mean Look from Superior, who has speed control on the field, making it so Toxtricity can no longer escape. Not that it was looking to run anywhere. It's followed up by the Meteor Mash. Not very effective there onto Toxtricity, but does get the critical hit. Venusaur, though, in response with the Feather Dance, it is going for Rillaboom here. I don't know how much time, though, Rillaboom has left in this matchup. Having its attack stat lowered, Toxtricity follows it up with the No Retreat. This could actually be a very clever play. Let the burn take Rillaboom out of this matchup, and Toxtricity is capitalizing, going with the Omni Boost, boosting that physical attack and defense, as well as the special attack and special defense, as well as its speed. Can it move quicker then Superior? Rillaboom has finally been eliminated. We are down to a 2 versus 2 matchup. We know it's Meganium coming back out onto the field as well. Superior, though, still has the speed control, going for the acrobatics. Quickly gets the super effective elimination of Venusaur. Toxtricity is all by itself, but remember the Omni Boost, it is quicker than Meganium. Going for the Waterfall, this won't be very effective on Superior at all. And Meganium is going to go for the Fire Lash. Good connection there. It does also lower that physical defense, though, of Toxtricity. That could be crucial. Superior follows it up with the Spore. This is going to put Toxtricity to sleep. This means the Eterna Devons are in full control, whilst the Virbank Plasma cannot do a thing as they watch Toxtricity just sleeping on the field. This could allow Meganium to try and capitalize with something big. It goes for the Icicle Crash. We just get our first time warning. If we go into overtime, everybody will be restored to full health. Who is still remaining in this matchup? That Parting Shot is going to lower the attack and special attack of Toxtricity. They are chipping away at those boosted stats that Toxtricity set up earlier whilst it's asleep. Meganium could capitalize here with the Kowtow Cleave, and it gets the elimination. The Eterna Devons have just taken out the Virbank Plasma, who made it into the Champions game last season. The Eterna Devons are looking to show they are serious this season, and that is one way to do it, with a fantastic victory over the Poison types, as the next round they will be going up against the Pseutopolis Aqua, whereas for the Plasma next round they will be going up against the Pewter Skulls. But until then, Nidorinas, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field, and if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I'll see you when you see me.